Did you miss me? Now, you can shut up because I already know what you're thinking. Oh yeah, you say you back, but in a couple of weeks, you gonna be gone. No, that's not happening in this case, okay? Because I took a break. I took a break to experience new things. Now, when I mean experience new things, I'm talking about other, like, things other than YouTube. That's what I mean by other things. And I also went through life, okay? And life is not fair. Life, I thought I knew what they meant when people said that. No, until I went through all of this, Now, as you can see from the title of this video, story time, yeah. Because I'm going to tell my story, because there's more than one. I'm going to tell you my experience and what I went through. And if you went through it and you can relate, hey, turn up. Congratulations. But if you can't, this is going to help you and make sure that you don't go through what I went through, okay? This is gonna prevent you from not going through that because you'll already know. Now, my ex-best friend and my ex-boyfriend, at the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna explain the background of how they started dating. Yes, my ex-best friend and my ex-boyfriend started dating. Now, to be nice and make sure I don't get sued, because they could really sue me for using their names, and they could sue me for using their names, and I don't have time to be getting sued. I'm going to change their names in this story. So their names in this story is going to be ex-best friend is basic, ex-boyfriend light skin. We gonna get into the story. Now there's 5 characters in this story. Basic, light skin, Michael, and unknown, and herpes. So sits in this story, right? Sits. Herpes. I'm sorry, but I had to. If that's his name on my phone, might as well make it in here too. Yeah. But so this is what happened. It was back in March, and I was dating light skin. Now, me and light skin, we had a great 2 weeks. We only lasted 2 weeks, okay? That's how crazy it was. We only lasted 2 weeks. So, we having a good relationship until herpes pops up. Now, herpes pops up like herpes. You never know when herpes is going to pop up. So, herpes popped up. And it was I didn't know herpes. I only knew herpes because Michael was dating herpes at the time. So that's the only way that I knew herpes. And there's one thing that I have to tell you right now. Don't play, when you're in a relationship, don't play truth and dare with someone that you just met. Because it's not going to go right. It's not going to go right. And you might not be in a relationship when you're done. Because nowadays, people are messy. They're very, very messy, and they live to kill people's great relationships. Okay? That's what they do. That's what they're here for. They're here to destroy our relationships. Okay? That's what they're here for. So, herpes pops up. Play truth or dare. That was my one dumb mistake. I played truth or dare with him. And he, a day later, he asked me about who I was dating. He already knew who I was dating. It was he was a stalker. He was on stalker level, okay? Because he already knew who I was dating. I didn't even tell him. Knew who I was dating very, very well. And then came up oh, are you dating such and such? Are you dating light skin? Mm-hmm. I was yeah. Do you know him? It was yeah, we don't like each other. I gave me the backstory on that. Now, when they say they don't like each other, they hate each other with a passion. When people say hate is a strong word, they take hate to another level, okay? It's combined with hate and pettiness, because they're both petty. Nowadays, everyone's petty. So, it was a mess. Hatred and pettiness mixed together is not a good recipe, okay? It's just not. Something bad is bound to happen when you mix those two together. It's like water and vinegar. Something's going to go wrong if you mix them two together. So, herpes wanted to talk to light skin. I don't know why, but now I do know why. It's because herpes is obsessed with light skin, like majorly obsessed with light skin. Okay, like obsessed. You know the movie Obsessed with Beyonce? He's beyond that chick. That chick was nuts. This child needs a mental hospital. Okay, it's not okay. It's just not okay. And I know Herpes is watching this video because I sent it to him. Yeah, I gotta tell this story though. I'm sorry. I gotta tell this story. Everyone that's in this story already knows that I'm making this story. So if you want to be mad, I really don't care because most of the people in this story I don't really like anyway. So I don't really care about their opinion. But there's a couple that's fine. Like Michael and ex-boyfriend. Kinda rocking that boat. But everyone else, I don't really care. But that's beyond the point. So he wants to talk to light skin, and I tell him, I tell light skin, I'm like, do you know herpes? He's like, yeah. Gives me the background. I'm like, save it. I already know the background. You ain't gotta tell me. But he's like, okay, give him my kick. I gave him the kick or whatever. And they're talking, and herpes, but is still constantly texting me talking about, oh, lights can be asking other boys for nudes, and he be talking to other boys on Uvu, and da 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 da. And I'm not the person. I'm not gonna go off what you say. I'm going to investigate. You say he cheating. I'm not gonna fully believe you. I'm gonna investigate because I'm good at investigating. I'm just good at it. It's a talent. I'm good at investigating. So if you tell me my boyfriend is cheating on me, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to do all my research. And at the time, I had light skin's password to Instagram, but if I still don't know to this day really if it was going on, it's still going, like the story's still going on to this day. It's still going on when this happened in March. It's now May. Like, it's retarded. But so if it happened, it didn't happen on Instagram. And you know what? It doesn't have to happen on Instagram nowadays because when you have Kik, you get into group chats. And when you put your Snapchat on Instagram, random people start following you on Snapchat. So it could happen on so many. Social media is amazing, okay? But see, I didn't have his Kik or his Snapchat because of the fact that if someone else logs in, it logs the other person out. So there was plenty of ways for light skin to be sneaky if it was really going on. So he's telling me all of this, yapping in my ear or whatever. So I was in denial because I was gone. I was gone in the brain, okay? I was dumb in love. So I was just in denial. No, I didn't even research, but now I do. But I was even researching. So they still going, and I'm reporting back. Yeah, I was reporting back to light skin talking about he said da 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 da, and they're still arguing. And then light skin put me in this group chat with him, and he's like, I need to stop lying to my boyfriend and da da da. And mind you, I'm not saying anything because I'm just here to find out what's going on. I want to see if this is true because you can usually see because some people get caught up in their lives. So I'm just sitting back and looking like, I was really sipping my tea because all these things kept popping up. And he was like, Herpes was like, do I need to bring your ex in here? And it kind of felt to me that light skin was like avoiding his ex because it was like, what does he need to be here for? And da da da. So to me, that sounds like there's something that you're hiding. And your ex knows what you're hiding, but you don't want your ex to be here. So I get a personal message after like all of this calms down. I get a message from Herpes and like the next day, because Herpes talking about, I'm mad at you because you weren't defending me. I'm like, defending you? Are you serious? Defending you? I'm lost. That's number one. I'm lost and confused in this whole situation. And you want me to defend you when you arguing with the person that I'm dating? Technically, I can't defend you. Because if I do defend you, it's gonna make me look bad and ruin my relationship. I can't defend you. Even if I wanted to. I can't. Monica, I can't. Okay? I can't. So he's mad at me, and then the next day, it was actually, no, it wasn't even the next day. Me saying the next day is making him not look less as a stalker or a creep. So it was like the next hour, he texts me, giving me light skin's ex Facebook. I look him up, I add him as a friend, and I message him. And he says, yeah, that sounds like something that he would do. So it's like, if your ex and this boy that I'm still battling if y'all dated or not, because y'all got real close and personal to the fact that y'all got each other's nudes. So I'm thinking that y'all were dating. I'm just going to think that to make y'all both look like a better person, and to think that y'all were dating. So if y'all were dating and then you also dated this other boy and they both saying the same exact thing, either both of your exes hate you or don't like you with a passion, or they're telling the truth. So if it's two against you, I'm going to start to question like a lot. So at that time, I had relationship problems. I had trust issues like crazy. And I still do because of my past relationships. So at that time, and at that point in time, instead of questioning, I just went and started assuming. And you don't want to do that, because that's going to also mess up your relationship. If you start assuming without questioning and investigating, then you're going to find yourself single if they didn't even do nothing. So, but in this situation, it's still debatable. Okay? Don't say, oh, this is how. No. It's debatable. Okay? So, they didn't like each other. I already mentioned that. But when I talked to the ex, that's what really got me like, oh, okay. So I start assuming, and when I start assuming, nothing can go right. When I start assuming, I assume the most worst possible thing that you could be doing. And then that's what drives me crazy. So when that happens, I go up, you know what? You want to play that game? Well, guess what? I can play it better. So I went out and found me somebody. Now, like I said, there's like 6 characters, and this character is unknown. I had to change his name because, ain't nobody got time to be getting sued, okay? Because they mad because they did wrong or whatever. So they trying to sue me. Don't sue me, because I'm telling the truth on YouTube. So I get unknown, and like within a couple hours, I started regretting it. Now, I met unknown through doing the To Be Honest with Michael. Okay, this is Michael's fault. Had me doing To Be Honest. So after I told him my situation, you see? After I told him my situation, he got me doing To Be Honest with dudes. So I started dating unknown. But then after a couple of hours, I started regretting. I was like, you know what? What if he not? Why my nose itch? But why, like, what if he not doing anything? Like, what if he's innocent? So I started doing that stupid. I'm trying to keep this video very clean. So, what if he's not? And so I started avoiding. You know how when you're mean and you like boss level, but you still low-key got a heart though. So, and you start to feel bad and don't want to break up with a person because you don't want to hurt their feelings or whatever. And you start to avoid them. So that's what I did. I went completely incognito on unknown, okay? I went complete incognito. So I stopped texting And I was still posting pictures on Instagram to make him get it, the hint, like, no, I don't want you anymore. But no, that's not what happens. Everything goes wrong. I'm trying to focus on my relationship with light skin. I'm thinking, okay, everything's cool until the next day. Now, the next day, light skin was commenting on my pictures, right? And unknown, I guess, was watching my account like a hawk, because it was like the comments were only there for like 5 minutes, and the pictures were from so long ago. So I'm guessing he was watching my account, because I don't even think I gave him my password. Like, we just met. I'm not going to give you my password when we just meet. Give me a day or something. Or 2 days, depending on how I feel. But I was avoiding him at the time. So it was like, you didn't need my password if I'm avoiding you. So he DMs me. Now, you know that when you give your password out to people, you don't always get your notifications. Now, Lightskin had my password, so I wasn't getting no notifications. So I didn't get the notification that unknown DM'd me talking about the comments. And so Lightskin answered. And I was just so happy and decided to check Instagram, and I saw the little one up at the inbox. And I check it, I'm reading, I'm like, oh, no, 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 wait, no, wait, no, 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 no. So, why so conveniently, after I was done reading the messages, I get a text from Lightskin. And we get into like this little argument or whatever. Now, I really, truly, truly, truly love Lightskin. But if you play me like a fool, or I feel like you play me like a fool, I'm going to play your game that you're playing, or I think you're playing. At the time, I thought like that. If I think you're playing a game, I'm going to play that game. And come to find out you ain't playing that game. I was crazy, okay? I'm still kind of crazy, but it like came down a few more notches. So I'm not that crazy anymore. So I don't assume. I research, okay? I turn into the FBI, okay? I get your license plate number, not your address. I can't legally get your address without doing some things illegally. I can get your phone number. I can get everything that I'm looking for. So, but at that time, I didn't do all that. So, I loved light skin. Like I said, I truly loved light skin. And we got into this argument, so I'm like very upset. Like, I'm real close to crying. I don't cry anymore after my very first relationship with a dude. I don't cry anymore. But I was so close to it. So I call Basic. Now here come Basic with his basic. Here come Basic. Here's Basic. So Basic, I call Basic or whatever. I'm breaking it down, telling Basic what happened. Basic all being nice and sympathetic like he's supposed to be. Because, like, Basic was, like, my therapist, okay? If I had problems, who you think I'm calling? I'm calling Basic. Basic wasn't just my best friend. Basic was my therapist. So if I had problems, speed down. But he was doing everything he was supposed to do, everything a therapist is supposed to do. And as soon as we hang up, I'm just like, okay, let me get my mind off of this. Now, mind you, I told you in the beginning how light skin's petty and how Herpes was petty, but Herpes not in here no more. He left. He disappeared. But he pops up. Not in this story, but he pops up a lot, like Herpes. But after we hang up, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of my night. Now, since light skin's petty, guess what happened? Guess what happened? Basic texted light skin. Basic is texting light skin now. And since light skin's petty, light skin sent me the messages. And if I had my iPhone 5C right now, I would be scrolling and showing you the messages because they still on there. But since it's broken and I have to go get it fixed, I don't have them. But once I get them, I might just show you. Just so y'all don't think I'm making this up, I might just show you these messages. So he's talking about, oh, I always had a crush on you, and I just didn't say anything because you were dating Keon. I'm just like, what? 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 Huh? Hello? Wait, what? So, as soon as I went through all that, I went crazy. I lost everything, okay? The first person I call is Michael. I'm like punching my phone to dial his number. And I'm going off. Like, yeah, I explained, I'm like, let me catch him in these streets. And I'm on my first flight to Miami. Let me find him. Let me get that address. Because you supposed to be my best friend and you talking to my ex. And that's not even the thing though. We went from talking to Basic switching sides. I told you how Basic was on my side at first. At first, Basic was on my side. But then it all changed as soon as he texted Light Skin. Basic switch sides, talking about, oh, this is not your first time doing this, and when are you going to change? It's not my fault that you keep hurting people, and you did it to me too. I'm just like, that's what made me go off. That right there made me go off. So when I'm on the phone with Michael, I'm turned. Like, I'm beyond turned. You know how you get so crazy where murder becomes an option? That's how crazy I went. I was off the walls. I was out of pocket. Completely out of the pocket, okay? I'm like, murder was an option. I'm telling Michael, I'm on my next flight to Miami. And Michael's like, no, it's not worth it. And I'm like, nah, because he's supposed to be my best friend. And he over here switching sides with him? So I'm going off. Michael's still trying to calm me down. And for like 5 seconds, Michael gets turned. Like, as soon as I call him, he gets turned. I'm like, now that I think about it, I should be like, sir, calm down. I'm the one that's supposed to be lit right now, not you. But for 5 seconds, he was turned. And then he calmed down and started trying to calm me down. I'm like, when I call you from jail, because I'm on my first flight to Miami, I'm going to search all through Miami. Now, we all know Miami is big. So I would have been searching for a couple of days because I ain't got no car. So I was going to be searching on foot, okay? I'm about to search all of Miami for him. I'm about to knock on everybody's door till I find him. And he's like, no, it's not worth it. And da-da-da-da. Because I can barely remember, because I almost blacked out. I was like so close. So after he does that, I'm calm now. He calmed me down or whatever. I get off the phone. I'm enjoying my night until the next day. I don't even think it was the next day. I feel like it was that same night, but later. Like, later. We was still... No, you know what? It was the next day, because I remember my phone was... before my phone exploded on me, we was texting. So, he's telling me, being all sympathetic and depressed, talking about, oh, I'm sorry, because I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be on my list. And the list at that time was called For All I Care You Can Die list. And I put both of them on there. And he being all sad and whatever, like, you sad? Excuse me? You, boy, bye. Okay? So, I'm just like, I'm confused. So he's like, I know you'll never trust me again. And I'm like, no, I won't. I will never trust you again. You never trust snakes. Because if they try to eat you once, they'll try it again. So I'm like, no, I won't. And he was like, you probably gonna put me on your list. I was like, yep. And I'm gonna put him, light skin, on there too. And he was like, no, why would you put light skin on there? He didn't do anything wrong. Don't put him on there. He doesn't deserve it. And I'm just like, whatever. So the day after that, because I'm still like mad, I just wake up like happy. I'm just like, you know what? Things happen. You just gotta move on. You made a mistake. Just go on. And I was listening to my music, getting lit. And I was like so lit, I texted both of them thanking them for doing that. Because now, I said some other stuff, but I know I was happy. And almost said his name. Y'all thought. Basic, I'm probably gonna have to cut that out. I'm gonna cut it out with that. Basic flips on me. Grew some balls overnight, I guess. Like, he had them, then lost them. Like, they went right back up. But then they popped back out the next day after that. And started acting like all hard. Now, mind you, the way I act, I'm crazy. I act a fool. But it's like, at the same time, if you talk about trying to fight me, I'm gonna clap back. But now, I don't even do that no more. Because, like, it's a waste of time. Because nobody ever pulls up. And many times that I give out my address, and I tell them I'll call the gate and tell them to let you in, nobody ever pulls up. So I just sit back like, are you gonna pull up? 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 But nobody ever pulls up. So he acting all hard. And I can't even remember because we argued for like 2 hours. But then in the last hour, I just thought to myself, he just trying to kill your vibe. Like, you feeling good about yourself. You feeling happy and everything. I'm just like, okay. I start making him mad. The quickest way you can make someone mad in an argument is stop caring. Just stop caring and make sure they know that you stopped caring. And when you stop caring, that gets under their skin. Okay? It gets under their skin. It gets on, they hate it with a passion when you just stop caring. So I stopped caring. So he kept getting mad. And I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna put y'all on my list like I said. I'm not even gonna keep arguing with you. He's like, oh, fuck your Liz. Nobody care about your stupid Liz. And you can't fight us. You can't beat us anyway. He talking about him and light skin. Light skin ain't even want to fight me. Me and light skin wasn't even talking no more. We wasn't, if we were talking, we weren't even talking about that, okay? So, I'm like, are you gonna pull up? Like, if you're not gonna pull up, then I'm not worried about you. And before he even said anything, I also put, but at the end of the day, all you're gonna do is try to jump me. Because that's all you do. Like, every time you be telling me about a fight, you jumping. So all you're gonna do is try to get your squad to jump me. And what you don't know about me is, my squad definitely bigger than yours. You could try to bring more people into your squad, but I can multiply, okay? I know too many people, okay? I know too many people that will pull up on you. So if you want to come and try to jump me, come on, because it will be war in the streets. And I don't care. I will shut the streets down. It will be war in the streets. And he was like, you know what? Yeah, you right. All I'm going to do is jump you. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm right. So, what are you saying? When am I... Okay, sometimes I might be wrong, but in this situation, I know I'm right. So then we stopped talking there. And that was basically it. But being basic not cool like that anymore. Because of the fact that he did that. And the other fact is, I never told y'all. Basic is also my ex-boyfriend. Before he became my best friend slash therapist, he was my ex-boyfriend. But the thing is with him, I don't believe for me, I don't believe in breaks. Because if you say you want to take a break in a relationship, to me, a break means that you just want to go out and cheat. So I don't believe in a break. So if we in a relationship and you tell me you want to take a break, you're basically saying you want to break up. So when you tell me you want to take a break, I'm going to go find me somebody else. So he told me I want to take a break. I was like, okay. And I went and found me somebody else. So now he claims I cheated on him. And he keeps telling everyone that, trying to throw a pity party. And I don't like when people throw pity parties. But besides the fact, we'll get on that on another story time, okay? But that's the end of this story. And I hope y'all got all the tea that I provided you. And y'all let me know if that was Lipton or green. Let me know how that was. Because Lipton is like the good tea and green's just like regular basic tea. But y'all let me know how y'all like that story. And I already know that either, I don't know if Basic's watching, but I know that Light Skin's watching, Herpes watching, and Michael's watching, and my other exes that's also going to be in a story time. Y'all just wait on that. They'll be in a story time. But before I go, I do have one announcement. I'm back, like I said, I'm back and I'm better. And I'm not going to just be doing story times. I'm going to be doing challenges and some other stuff that I can think of to entertain y'all. Like, I'm really working hard on this channel now. Like, I got a movie I'm writing and directing and all that other stuff that's going to be on my other channel when I film. But I'm back. I'm going to be doing more things. I have to figure out a date. Probably be like a Wednesday or a Saturday I upload videos. That'll be my day that I upload videos. But if I don't choose Saturday, then Saturday will be like the days that I tell random stories that have like no point, and it's like you probably get lost and confused in. But that's just to tell y'all, because they're like, I guess they're worth telling, I guess. But yeah. Ooh, that sound is not okay. That's a no bueno. But I'm out, and that's it for today's story time. Peace.